Samsung just launched the new line of S smartphone series, and with all these new features, designs and stuff, yet we've still lost more things than ever. But still it doesn't feel like a loss, which is wild. But most of them do. Okay. Now, to start with, no more expandable storage. The SD card slot is gone. Like, we had that last year, but now no more expandable storage. Like, at this point, I think it's only Samsung that still offers this feature, but still, it's something that made their phone look special. Like, if you're going for a Samsung, you're like, yeah, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. Not like, now Samsung just feels like every other company. Like, if you're getting a Samsung phone, like, I seriously don't know the reason why they took out this one, but still, it's another thing you gotta give up. But it's nothing new, so other companies have been doing it before, so I guess it's acceptable. So now you just have options. Now, if you're going for the Plus or the baseline model, you see that you get a 128 gig or 256 gigabytes with 8 gig of RAM. But if you are going for the Ultra version, which is the word I'm about to say is pretty ultra, you get 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is wild. Like, 16 gigabytes. That's only if you go for the 512 gigabyte version. Still, like, you gotta upgrade to the 512 gigabytes. Yeah, and another thing we lost from last year is the 1440p display, which is kind of not necessary. Like, this one didn't even affect most people at all, because firstly, the screens are now 1080p. The screens on the S21 and S21 Plus are now 1080p. But last year, the only way you can use the high resolution mode of 1440p is only if you turn off the high refresh rate. And as we know, most people, or even almost everybody, prefers a high refresh rate display to a more pixels on the display. But now they got reduced to 1080p, and most persons has already been using it at 1080p. But they still had an upgrade in the sense that they now refresh anywhere from 48 Hz to 120 Hz, which Samsung is calling adaptive refresh rate, which will help in battery saving, which is, instead of just keeping it locked at 120 Hz and eating battery all day, it's now kind of upgraded and still got a downgrade, but still it's not a big it's a really small stuff. Before I forget, now they have different materials. Now the S21 has a matte finish over plastic, while the S21 Plus and the S21 Ultra have a matte finish over glass, as expected. But now you got plastic on the baseline S21. Now, some may argue that it's justifiable since they brought down the price. Now, this is still something like the screen that doesn't really matter that much. Apart from the fact that plastic feels cheap and it scratches easily, there's nothing actually wrong with it. It's actually a great material because it won't break, like, it shatters less, and it's cheaper to replace, and you can mess with colors easily, you understand? So but just that plastic doesn't feel as premium as glass. It doesn't feel like you're getting the full experience for the money, but they did bring down the price, so that's another thing to know that happened. Then something else got removed, but this time not from the smartphones but from the Galaxy Buds Pro. Now, alongside the phones, they usually release their new set of earbuds. Last year we got the Live. Now this year we got the Pros, and they had something removed from them, which is the ear tip or the wingtip. It got removed, and then in their defense, they said it's to make it a more minimalist and simple design, but I don't really see that. Like, there was nothing wrong with it, and even with the Buds Plus, there was an option to remove it. because in the ear tip sizes that comes in the box, there's an option to remove it if you want, and it really helped because the Buds Plus were not waterproof, but still I could use them like in situations where like close to water because of the ear tips, because I'm sure that they are not going anywhere. They are secured and they have very good fit. Now I would like to see how the fit stays without the ear tips, if they fall off easily or any other stuff. Now this is the one that actually affects me the most because I'm definitely not getting an S21 or Plus or Ultra, but I'm going to get a Buds Pro. And now I don't know. I heard about the ANC and other stuff they had, but you know, looking forward to it. Now, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe. Cheers.